Welcome back to the channel. Racetrack here, and today I want to put a short video together for you about a disturbing trend that we're starting to see in the news. Actually, it's been going on for quite some time, but it is getting progressively worse and worse. I've been meaning to do this video now for quite some time. If you are a drag racer or a performance enthusiast, you will want to pay very close attention to what I'm going to talk about today. If you're brand new to my channel, don't forget, hit subscribe right over here in the corner, and off we go.
T-minus 15 seconds.
Today's video is being sponsored by my friends at CarLock, and the truth is, vehicle theft is completely out of control right now. In the US alone, a vehicle is stolen every 31 seconds. And if you drive a high-end Mopar, like a Hellcat or a Scat Pack, your vehicle is 12 times more likely to be stolen than a normal car. Well, CarLock offers a little peace of mind, and it's pretty easy to use. You simply take the device, you plug it into your vehicle's OBD port, download their app, and you are off and running. And they have additional ways to conceal this. They have an extender to kind of hide it up under the dash, or you can get a power adapter and connect it directly to your vehicle's battery. And it does a lot more than just keep your vehicle's location. It actually will send alerts to your phone. For example, if the device is tampered with or it senses vibration, it sends an alert to your phone. Also, when your engine is started, it lets you know via a notification. And if the car is moving, it will also send you a notification for that. And for a limited time, if you use my code RacerXCL10, they will give you 10% off of your CarLock device and give you a 2-week free trial subscription. So definitely peace of mind in a chaotic world. You can order this directly off of Amazon, or you can check out the link below in the description. And on we go with the video.
I realize I have been pretty outspoken about a lot of the shenanigans we're seeing out there in the car community, and I've stated repeatedly there's really no place for it when it comes to sideshows, people getting hit by cars, zigzagging in and out of normal traffic, basically endangering people, running from the police. It's all over social media, and I have always said, look, why don't we take that stuff to the racetrack where it's safe, you're not going to get arrested, hopefully you're not going to get killed. It's really the best venue if you really want to put your car to the test. And a lot of us out there are performance enthusiasts. We like to test our cars. That is the perfect place to do that, and that is what those places are designed for. However, right now there is a really disturbing trend of racetracks being closed all around the country over really the past several years, and it is getting worse and worse. It is actually really scary. So let's look into it a little further. Just yesterday, I was made aware that Atco Speedway up in New Jersey is closing its doors. Matter of fact, it's already a done deal, and this was very abrupt.
Life in the fast lane for the Atco Dragway. It appears to be no more. The track announced it is abruptly closing. Big question here is why.
Caught me by surprise, and that is one of the best tracks out there when it comes to like DA. A lot of records are set at that track. Well, that thing is no more. And same with Houston Raceway Park. That thing used to be called Royal Purple, another record-setting track, NHRA type track. That thing is also permanently closed now. And the list goes on and on as I do more and more research. Kennedale and Denton, a couple other Dallas area tracks, now gone the way of the wind. Bandamere in Colorado at the end of 2023, it is now closing its doors. Sallisaw Outlaw Dragway in Oklahoma, gone. Auto Club Dragway in California, that's a big one. Matter of fact, that is the only quarter mile in Southern California. That one is going to be gone if it's not already. I-80 Speedway in Nebraska, also East Bay Park, 417 Speedway, all of those are dirt ovals, all being wiped off the map. Those are gone. Palm Beach International Raceway after 57 years, closed. Where do we go? Atlanta Dragway, closed. Rockford Speedway is another oval, closed. The Freedom Factory, even Cletus McFarland, he's another big YouTuber, a lot of you guys know who he is. They tried to close down his Freedom Factory track down there in the Tampa area, and he had to fight them tooth and nail because of the noise that the track makes, and they didn't want to disturb the residents of a new housing community going in down there. So that one they tried to close up. And there are lots of reasons why, two main reasons why the tracks are closing, but this is really alarming, and this is only a few of the many tracks that are closing all of a sudden all around the country. So what is the root cause of all of these drag strips going away? Well, there are a couple of main ones. I did some digging, and there are a couple of kind of off the wall type examples, but by and large, one of which is insurance. The cost of insurance is continuously going up, and these drag strips have to carry a fair amount of insurance. Drag racing, by its very nature, is, well, a little bit dangerous, right? I mean, you're talking about high horsepower cars. You're talking about some folks having more experience than others. There's a certain amount of liability that comes with owning a drag strip, and the insurance is getting more and more expensive on that type of property, and drag strips typically take up a lot of room. Oval tracks, kind of the same thing there, right? I mean, these dragways, they do take up a fair amount of room, and if you're not constantly having events at your track, if you're not an NHRA certified track, it is harder and harder to stay open unless you're going to charge just insane amounts of money for people to come in doing test and tune type things. So yeah, the cost of insurance is one, but really the main culprit, as you could probably guess, is simply the cost of the land, right? I mean, it's all sorts of land that it takes to get these people in and have people with trailers come in, all that kind of stuff. And as the urban sprawl continues to just kind of go outward, your land becomes more valuable. And at the end of the day, unless you're just going crazy with your pricing, it is really hard to make enough money to kind of sustain a business as a drag strip. And that is what we're seeing across the board. Your land becomes more valuable, and then all of a sudden it's hard to maintain that business. And unfortunately, that is the way things are right now. So here is the dilemma that most racetrack owners face, and I get it. This is my golf course example, and golf courses face the exact same types of pressures. So initially, if you have a golf course or a racetrack, you put it out there in the middle of nowhere where the land costs you very little. You can develop it, and people will still kind of travel out there, especially if you build something that is worth going to, and you have a profitable business plan. And many owners of businesses, I mean, they may work 60, 70, 80, 100 hours a week trying to make their business profitable. Even though they're not making a killing, they're doing what they love, and everything just kind of works. But as your land becomes more and more valuable, things start to change a little bit. So if you're scraping by and you're making, $70,000 a year, just to kind of have your golf course, but you're working yourself to the bone, and some developer shows up at your doorstep and says, listen, we really want to buy your golf course, and we're going to pay you $10 million for it. And you can just take that $10 million, go retire. You don't have to work anymore, and you could just have a great day. I have to admit, that is a pretty enticing deal for somebody who's working themselves to the bone, despite if it's what they love or not. They have no more liability, and they can just take that money and go. That is the true situation we're seeing right now. So if you were an owner of a track or a golf course, and someone came to you and basically offered you immediate retirement, immediate wealth, would you hang on to that place, or would you go ahead and sell it and take the money? Well, that is kind of the thing that's happening right now everywhere when it comes to places that require a lot of land. And we're going to continue to see our racetracks go the way of the wind, one by one by one, and it's happening faster and faster as that urban sprawl continues outward and land becomes more and more valuable everywhere. Now, I can't necessarily blame the track owner for wanting to take the money, because that's typically why we get in business in the first place, right? Is to make money and to give ourselves enough wealth to be able to afford the things that we want to. And yeah, as an enthusiast, I would absolutely love to see every one of these tracks stay open, and that's truly what I want. But I will say I kind of get the other side of the coin on this. But this is a very disturbing trend, yet another one, right, for the car community, because as I mentioned, we've already got all the shenanigans happening out there. But if you take away our tracks, how much more will that increase? And that is something I'm very concerned about, right? I mean, people need an outlet. I mean, we're all drag racers at heart, and if all our drag strips are taken away, what does that leave us with? And we already know things are changing in the automotive community, right? I mean, we're going smaller displacement turbos, we're going EVs, we're going hybrids. There's this massive political agenda to kind of change all of the emissions out there and how expensive it is to produce these cars that don't get good emissions. So we've talked about that at length. So this is really, really worrisome for the future of the car community. It is going down a weird path right now. So all that being said, I feel like we are in huge trouble here, guys. That's just my honest opinion. In a place like California, you can't even modify your car without getting in big trouble and facing big fines. Of course, now we know that your only quarter-mile drag strip in Southern California has now gone away, and we're starting to see that trend kind of continue. You're starting to see more and more craziness happen on the streets, and I'm really disturbed by the way things are moving right now. You guys tell me in the comments, do you know of other drag strips around that are also being closed? They're putting all these nannies on these cars now to basically take the driver out of the equation as we go more fuel economy and all that kind of stuff. In the days of being a true performance enthusiast, they're going away whether we like it or not. And I hate this trend, guys. I wish there was something more we could do about it, and that is just a sign of the times. And so I don't want to seem like just a complete doomsayer or whatever it may be, but it is definitely something we need to be aware of. And what do you do? I'd love to hear what you guys think about all this in the comments down below, and I will catch you on the next one. So until then, race Rex.